Welcome to the race by race preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. Not quite the calibre of meeting from last week, but there are still 10 winners to find. The first gets underway at 1 o'clock with a B course racing on the turf, a couple of all-weathers as well. Class 5, the first, Bebe Choi, Perfect Peach and Dublin Star all on the class drop. Dublin Star, no blinkers, visor goes on. Yo-Yo Night has the one-eyed blinker off. Apex Top, a last start winner, carries an extra £6. And All Is Ready's last two have been on the all-weather, switches back to the turf. Star of Glory pacifiers off, the blinkers go back on. Bebe Choi, Paul, he's let up in a recent trial. He and Beat Hollow go forward, but looking at that, everybody is going to get the chance.
I think they will. I mean, Beat Hollow's got to come over from a wide draw, and Bebe Choi's got the barrier 9. So I think they'll come over together, those two. Star of Glory also likes to go forward. Apex Top, with last start winner, should get his chance. All Is Ready likewise from an inside draw.
Our first replay is that of a Perfect Peach at Sha Tin. He ends up running fourth. This is 2 starts ago. He raced wide when down the track behind Holy Lake. Fourth in this race behind Winning Data, who's now a back-to-back winner, so the form is strong.
Really strong form. The horse also is won in Class 3 off a 43 rating over the course and distance. Comes into Class 5. He's drawn barrier 2 with a claim. I think he's got a really good chance to win this race, and out of a strong form race, I think he's the one to beat, actually. It was a really nice run from him. And that claim for Angus Chung is £5 on Perfect Peach here, and he has one course and distance. Good draw also for him. That's our first replay. Second replay features Beat Hollow. Now he ends up running third after leading for home, and the horse that runs him down opposes him again in this race. His name is Apex Top. Also have Yo-Yo Nights and Master of Luck further back turning for home. Yeah, look, I'm going to put both these in on a minor line. Look, I thought Apex Top, he was finishing off a lot stronger. Beat Hollow had to work a bit to get across, but he's going to have to do the same from barrier 12. And he's also got Bebe Choi in the race, which is just not going to make it that easy for him. I didn't really like the way he stopped here as well, Beat Hollow. So of the two, I do prefer Apex Top. He's a Class 4 winner as well. Beat Hollow did hang on for third, but if you look at here, just.
Yep, much further it was going to be a different story for Beat Hollow. And our final replay is from Chung Fa and Bebe Choi, running second in this trial. Travels nicely for home, but he was ridden along late. Horse that ends up winning the trial is Natural Gold. He's had 2 runs back, Bebe Choi, and jumps up from the 1,000 at the Valley last time via this trial to 1,400. Yeah, if it's a 1,400 now, he's won at the bottom of Class 4 off a 41 rating before. He gets a £10 claim. He's quite uncomplicated because he's straight to the front and from the inside. Coming back to the 1,400 metres, that was his winning distance as well. But he's only a one-hit wonder from his 14 starts with no seconds either. So it's a little bit boom or bust for him. All right, that is Bebe Choi. Here are your selections for race number 1. Yeah, got to go with the 3 on top here. I just think he's ready to win. Is Perfect Peach, really good run from him last time. All Is Ready, he goes in there for second. Another one that's still below his winning rating, and he was a bit unlucky in the first race meeting of the new season. Apex Top and Beat Hollow. 3, 10, 7 and 9. It's a win for Angus Chung and Tony Cruz to start the Sunday afternoon at Sha Tin. The first of a couple of ventures to the all-weather is race number 2, and it's a 1,200 metre Class 4. Better draw for Euro Rocks at the top, Magic Supreme. Another wide draw for him, even wider this week out in barrier number 11. Shanghai Style has his first start. He's had the 2 trials. Mayhem off a trial behind Module Construction since the last race. Akapower last start winner carries an extra £4 for it. Smart Folks a better draw. And Strife for Glory was on a very quick backup last time when he was victorious course and distance, but it was down in Class 5. Pace here, Paul, for this one has Smart Folks and Magic Supreme both going forward. Shanghai Style led all of the way too in a recent trial. Yeah, so he'll try and get across, and he might well do if Alice Wong's really wants the lead on Magic Supreme. Although in saying that, Smart Folks was wide all the way last start and kept kicking, so there is going to be pace in this race. I thought Euro Rocks will get a perfect run behind from barrier 3. Regent Glory comes to the surface. Even though he's drawn 8, he may be able to slot in. Akapower is our focus horse to start with. Nick spoke to his jockey for Sunday, Alexi Bedell.
Alexi, one of your earlier rides on the weekend is Akapower. You were successful on him last time on the all-weather. Nice win from him, and he's certainly a horse that's holding his form.
Yes, true. I think last time was a good win. The pace was very hot, so it allowed me to come from behind, down the middle of the track. He's certainly very comfortable on the all-weather. His form seems to be good, so I mean, I'm hoping he can do it again.
This time around, you're drawn the other end of the starting gate, so you're in 12 last time, you're in 1 this time around. Just tell me, like on the all-weather, I mean, sometimes a lot of jockeys would say that you want to sort of maybe keep wide, keep out of that kickback. How does 1 sort of change things up for you, if anything?
Well, I think it really depends on the track condition. You know, it's very random. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it can be slow. So that's out of my control. But the horse has got gate speed. He's not afraid of the kickback, so he'll give me a chance to be where I want to be. Last time from the outside gate, the pace was, I believe, too hot, so I could come from behind. I mean, this time I don't have to worry about anything else, just a good jump and hit the right spot. And
you certainly hit the nail on the head as far as him liking the conditions. I mean, his course and distance record's very good, and yes, he's a 7-year-old. He's probably going to have to improve a little bit, but I guess when horses do really like the surface and like racing on the dirt, it counts for a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's very important. The form of the moment seems to be very important. So if he can keep his momentum, I think he should run well also.
Akapow, the horse, Alexi Bedell, the jockey. Opposition includes Paul, a horse you referenced earlier, Smart Folks racing wide. Euro Rocks, he's been a little hit and miss, and Fastback has run a good race or two on the all-weather. Ended up running 7th here, but this was a big effort by Smart Folks, and there was money for him this day.
Yeah, very much, wasn't it? He was wide all the way. And saying that, Euro Rocks was wide all the way as well. And he's run second of a 65 rating. Looked like he was going to get beaten at this stage, didn't he, Smart Folks? He looked like he was going to finish way back. But look, he fought on really strongly behind Judy's great. So it was a good run from him. But I did like the run from Euro Rocks. I thought he was making ground at the end there as well.
Keith Young writes in for Francis Law. Euro Rocks in this race. What about the newcomer, Shanghai Style? Just given 2 trials by Danny Shum, was a 5th behind Mayhem at his first go, and then certainly improved between the pair of them.
Like this trial, actually, he might have to sit 3 wide with all that pace underneath him, or look for a little bit of cover, but if he does, he'll be out of the kickback, so I don't think that's a problem here on the all-weather. Nice trial. He would have had a good blow after this. And the horse that ran second in this trial's come out and absolutely bolted in on the weekend. That's gorgeous win.
It is indeed. So the form out of that trial is good. That's Alexi and some replays. What are the top 4?
Going to go with the toppy here, Euro Rocks. I think he was wide. Well, he was wide all the way from barrier 3. He should get a perfect run, and I think he can break through with all the pace in the race. I thought Daily Trophy can finish very strongly. Mayhem has won a trial on the surface. A couple of trials have both been pretty good by Russian Revolution. He hasn't done much on the turf, best being a 5th, but I think he's on the right surface now. And his first starter, Shanghai Style, 1:12.64.
There it is, the first of the all-weather races, race 2, and it's number 1 for Paul, Euro Rocks. Race number 3 is a ruler and red pen race because there is a withdrawal. It is number 4, Happy Mission out. Heyday comes in for Matthew Chadwick as the nominated standby starter. We've got a Class 4 over the 1,000. Number of first starters, but not a bad field this. Red Elegance on the class drop, one only time in this grade. We know what Super Axiom will do. Multi-Super, 3 starts, 3 placings, course and distance. First starters, 6, 7, 8. James Tack ran 4th on debut, as did Loyal Bobo, Patch of Theta and Tourbillon Flow, both having their first starts. And Speedy Fortune has placed 2 from 4 down the straight. Super Axiom, Paul, he leads. There's plenty of pace here. Super Commander, also a high-speed horse.
Yeah, he is, definitely. I mean, 7 of these horses have either first starters or have had 1 run, so there is a little bit of sort of variation here. So Loyal Bobo's only had the 1 start. Glory B's showing pace. Super Commander, we know he goes forward. Heyday's gone forward in his couple of starts. Falcon Court, then Tourbillon Flow, James Tack in behind. Dash Avenue has been racing over 800 metres. Patch of Theta, he's got back in his trials, but he's run on strongly.
He has. We'll have a look at his trials shortly, but we start with race day form, Paul. This is James Tack's first start. He was big odds in this race and certainly ran better than his odds would suggest. He's trialled well since. What about him second up in this?
I'm going to include him. I think there is definitely a horse there with James Tack. And look, it was just a little bit of inexperience here. Kaholo Angel, who wins this race, Ruby Lot, pretty seasoned horses that have been running pretty well recently. Look, I think he just got tired in the last sort of 100 metres. As you say, he's had plenty of work since. He's had that trial as well, where he's trialled well. So, look, I thought it was a good close-up fourth from him.
That's our first replay, James Tack. The second one is Loyal Bobo, who had been trialling well. He went to this race having his first start. Heyday comes into the field also. Loyal Bobo ended up being beaten 2.5 lengths. He was drawn over on the far side in this grandstand rail on Sunday. Yeah, look, and you would have thought it was a good run on debut, but he did start pretty short. Now, the horse that won this race, Wunderbar, has won again, and he's going to be one of the favourites in the last race here. So, look, he just got tired a little bit, Loyal Bobo, from barrier number 14. I think he's worth another chance. So, look, I'm going to include him. He stayed on there, just got nutted for third, didn't he? He did, and he goes in for Paul. The first starters, there are numerous of them. Patch of Theta, is he the best of them, Paul? I think he is. I've liked his trials, and I think he's going to get the race run to suit because he gets a little bit back in his races. He'll let all his pace go, and I think he can finish over the top. He hasn't really been let go in any of his trials. I mean, this one he won, and you can see he was pushed out a little bit, but nothing too serious for him, and he just cruised up to them and won the trial. And the other ones he's been hard held. So we don't really know what's going to be there when he's let go, but what we've seen has looked pretty good to me. And that's Sergeant Pepper on the inside. We'll see him at Happy Valley on Wednesday night if you want to follow the form. If he does indeed, as you think he will do, Paul, come out and make it a winning debut. Yeah, I think he might. He's like a son of Zeus Star, this horse, Patch of Theta. So we'll put him on top. Loyal Bobo worth another go. James Tack on that debut run. I'm going to throw Super Axiom in. He's boom or bust a little bit these days, but he's quite well rated at the moment, and we know where he's going to be. He's going to be in front. Maybe he can hang on there for fourth. 11, 10, 9 and 2. That is race number 3. It's also the first leg of the early treble. 1800-metre Class 5 is race number 4, and they line up as follows with a class dropper at the top of the book. Classic Archie trialling quite well over a shorter distance behind Module Construction since his last start. Turtle again carries an extra £7 for that Happy Valley win. Co-partner Era's been back to the trials. Gold Sterling, he placed his only start over 1800 metres. Colourful Baron draws the gate. Lurl Ambition has been better so far at Happy Valley. Green Laser has the blinkers off and the pacifiers with the cowls going on. Meanwhile, Golden Fairy from the inside is minus the blinkers this week. A faithful Trinity Paul, he leads at Happy Valley. He wins there. He goes to 1800. He just struggles to run it out and win around Sha Tin. Yeah, look, there's a big run to the first bend. I think they'll be positive, go forward, and there's no real other pace in the race. Lord Ambition's gone forward. Green Laser's gone forward in the past. He might try and get outside him. Classic Archie from an inside draw. Golden Fairy won't be too far away with Smart Beauty. I think Diamond Winner will go back. He did that last time and ran really well. He did. That was by far his best performance so far, Diamond Winner. Classic Archie is replay number 1. Here he is running 6th last time. This was up in grade over 1800 around Happy Valley, which at this stage is where his best form is, but he also does race well in Class 5. He does. It's just the one placing from his 8 starts at Sha Tin was just a little off-putting bit for me. He came up to win this race, didn't he? And he just sort of was swamped late with these horses down the outside and whatnot. But he'll find this race a lot easier. That is Classic Archie for an informed Douglas White stable. Luke Ferraris rides him. A lot of horses in our second replay, Paul. Turtle again. He'd been racing consistently in Class 5. He had to be winning one soon. And he was just given the perfect trip this night. As we saw on the speed map, though, he might be a bit wider with cover this week. He could well be. I like the run of the winner here. The horse that ran third, which is Diamond Winner. Barrier 13, he'll get back once again. He finished off really strongly here. It's not often we see John Sides with these Class 5 horses. He's obviously thought this horse is worth persevering with, and you can see why with that run. So, look, I'm going to stick with him, or go with him, I should say. This is the Luckfook Jewellery Lovers Beauty Collection handicap, and you're going diamonds. I am. There you go. Diamond winner for me. I think John Sides can win this in Class 5. Turtle again did win that race, and he's been going really well. Happy Heroes has won 2 of his last 4, so he's a horse in form at the moment, and Lord Ambition will put himself right there. 9, 2, 3, 8. And being a Class 5 race number 4, yep, it kicks off the Triple Trio. Back we go to the all-weather for race number 5, and it is a Class 3 event over the 1200. Outgate comes back in trip. Viva Chaleur is second up and one of plenty of horses making their all-weather debut. Smoky Bear isn't, he's 2 for 2 on the surface. Call Me Dandy, cheek pieces off, blinkers on. Good Buddy minus the cheek pieces. Tornado Phantom wears pacifiers again. Amazing Duck at start 3 has cheek pieces going on. And Happy Fat Cat's having his first run in Class 3 from Barrier 3, and he has won course and distance. And he also, Paul, has good speed. We've got a cat and a duck on the pace here.
Yeah, could well be. With the duck chasing the cat, we don't see that very often. A Good Buddy comes on the surface for the first time, so he should be able to get a nice run. Outgate will go forward, I think, from his wide draw, but he is back in trip. Smoky Bear should get a nice run once again. Sports Legend will look for a bit of cover. Sky Forever, he's fresh up. He normally goes back.
Yep, the duck, the cat and the bear. We're going to hear from Keegan DeMilo, who's riding Smoky Bear. He spoke to Nick, looking to make it 3 for 3 on the surface.
Keegan DeMelo, Smoky Bear is a horse that you're gaining a pretty good rapport with. He was a winner last time and he did it well.
Yeah, very well, and rightly so. He got quite a huge penalty for it, and yeah, just very lucky he's got a good draw again, so hopefully that can pay in good effect.
Talk me through that win, Keegan, because he beat what was considered a pretty decent one in the shape of Packing Bowl, and he's actually now unbeaten on the surface, 2 from 2, so he's clearly finding a home on the all-weather.
Yeah, look, it obviously took a while for him to get back onto the surface, and like you said, he found a good field last time, and he put them to bed quite easily, so maybe the points was justified. You know, he's on the improve on the dirt, and you just don't know really how good he is yet, so hopefully he can improve a little bit more, which I think he would have to, and you'll see another honest run from him.
I thought what was probably most impressive, Keegan, is when you sort of asked him for effort, he dug deep for you, didn't he? And he sort of found quite instantly. So he's got that nice turn of foot on the surface.
Yeah, look, he wasn't well away, and he got stronger in the race as it went on. And once I got into the straight, I was absolutely cantering up the favourite up his behind, and yeah, he sort of lengthened off that, and he kicked onto the line. It was a good sign. He didn't hang as well, and the grass, he seems to do that a bit, and he seemed to quicken well and go straight.
And I guess just looking back to his profile, I know he started here before you did, but he came off a mark of 78. So the fact he's racing off 71 now, as you say, he might just, now that he's found his form, have a little bit in hand perhaps.
Yeah, look, he's obviously reached that rating before, and he's going to have to prove as an old horse he can do it again. And at this rate, he seems to have improved on the dirt, so hopefully once again he can make the step up in class.
You've had a sit on him since, I think, haven't you, in a gallop? How's he felt since then?
Yeah, very good. He's obviously ticked over quite nicely, and obviously Michael and his team haven't done much with him, but he seemed to come out the race well, and his work's been pretty good going into the race, and nothing untowards with him. He's pretty easy and pretty laid back, so he gives 110% race day.
Another decent draw in 5 makes your job that bit more straightforward as well.
Yeah, a good draw on the dirt always helps a bit, and he's a horse that likes to be just on the pace, so with that draw you can sort of hold a position and hope for them to come around you and get a good lead into the straight.
He's having a good season, Keegan, so too are you. The winners continue to flow. You've now got to double figures, 10. You're on the periphery of breaking into that top 10. You must be pleased with the way things are going.
Yeah, very pleased. It was quiet for a very long time, and I think for the last 6 meetings I've hit the board 5 times, which is nice. It's consistent, and yeah, it just helps get the support that you need, and I'm getting it at the moment, and just hopefully I can reproduce more.
You're enjoying riding those tight turns at Happy Valley, aren't you, as well? I think that's where the majority have come.
Yeah, Happy Valley seems to, I seem to stick with that like a duck to water, and yeah, it's just a really nice course to ride on, and I think once you start getting better quality rides at Sha Tin, I think it'll improve a little bit more, but can't complain at the moment. Things are going very well, and I'm just really grateful to be here.
Keegan is going to have to beat some of the following horses home to continue that winning run for Smoky Bear, Paul. And we start with Tornado Phantom, who is flying under the radar as being a very busy horse this season.
7 starts, isn't he, already? So he's not quite Medic Elite, but he's catching up to him. He's had 5 placings from those 7 starts, so he's taking his racing really well. He's got to overcome barrier 12. That was just a little query here. But he is a winner on over the course and distance before, so he does like the dirt. Look, he has to go in, I think, because he's quite consistent, but I've got a couple to beat him.
And it's Tornado Phantom, Zach, a very good record on the horse too. Viva Chaleur, now he's having start number 9. He is second up for the season. He's won a trial here beating Beauty Waves. Unknown on race conditions when it comes to this surface. Is he in for you?
He was right on the cusp because he's quite well bred for an all-weather the surface, and you can see here he's handled it really well. He was pushed out a little bit here with Beauty Waves on the inside, but he still ended up winning the trial. So, look, I thought it was a good enough. He was on the cusp, as I said. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran really well, but I just wanted to watch him first time on the surface.
Sports Legend has been here for 2 starts. He hasn't done much. He was onto the all-weather here at the trials, and he went like a jet in front, so maybe he's like a crusty demon, better on the dirt.
Could well be, actually. Look, he trialled really well. He was pushed out. He was asked to win the trial nicely, and he did. So a good trial from him as well. He's only had the 2 starts here in Hong Kong to date. Drawn barrier 8. So, look, if he does want to get to the front, I think he's going to have to work a bit because there is plenty of pace underneath him.
They are Keegan DeMello's thoughts and also some replays. Have you got any of Noah's Ark in here, or are you leaving them off?
No, I've got a Noah's Ark Quinella, actually. I'm going with the Duck. I think Amazing Duck has improved a lot. He should be a decent price too, so he's on top to beat the Bear. Smoky Bear in there for second, 2 from 2. One of the first starters on the all-weather is Good Buddy. He's by showcasing. He looks really well set. He works really well, and he should get a really nice run in behind for David Hall. So he goes in there for 3rd, and Tornado Phantom 4th. 9-3-5-7.
The Duck, the Bear, but no room for the Cat for Paul in race number 5 at Sha Tin. We preview race number 6 now at Sha Tin on Sunday, and the 6th race is a Class 4 over the 1400 metres, and our Rocky Summit's on the class drop. Jumbo Fortune, 7-day backup for him. Fast Victory is on the class drop. War of Courage, an extra £4 for a senior rider after narrowly being beaten by the in-form Holy Lake last start. Endeared raced wide last time, cops barrier 14. Prime Mortar, the cheek pieces are off. Finea Fortune's placed second up. High Percentage has the blinkers going on. Atomic Beauty is minus cheek pieces. Blinkers have been added. The pace here, Paul. War of Courage, well, he led last time and he nearly stole the race. Aoraki Summits tried up with a 3rd behind Beauty Eternal. He's up outside of him.
Well, he can go forward and he can go back, Aoraki Summit, but there's absolutely no pace in this race other than War of Courage. I think he's going to lead by default. The only other one is Celtic Times. Everything else goes back. So he's going to get an easy lead, War of Courage.
All right, that could be ominous for those in behind him, but we'll see what Paul makes of a few of them, including Jumbo Fortune. Well, we know he's going to get back, Paul, and he'd been running home okay, and then 7 days ago, he ran home even better, but he still just can't crack it for that win.
No, I don't know if barrier 1's going to suit him because with that no pace, he could get hemmed up on the rail towards the back. I'm not going to put him in Jumbo Fortune. I know he's hard to go on a win line. Like he's been placed 6 times from his 25 starts, is the best we've seen from a while. So on a place line, you could entertain him, but I mean, the winners look smart in that winning data, but no, not for me.
Too many risk factors around Jumbo Fortune. Here is War of Courage. You've spoken about him already when it came to the speed map and the fact he's going to get a very easy run. It's taken an in-form horse to run him down in this race, and he's been the only one to get close to him, and that horse is Holy Lake, who runs later on the program.
Yeah, and Holy Lake's now won 2 in a row. I'm going to go with War of Courage because on the fact that he's going to get that easy lead, unless one of these outsiders that change their tactics and come and take him on, which we have seen in the past, so it's possible. But look, the way he ran here, he looked all over the winner, didn't he? And as you say, just run down late. So yeah, he looks really well placed, and it's from a low draw with a senior rider on.
I still can't believe he got beat. He had the race won 3 times and managed to be nabbed late at the winning post. We have Owner's Praise running 5th. He's another horse that likes to get back. Celtic Times hasn't been too far away, and Endeared, he was wide this race. He's also had a quiet trial where he sat wide on the all-weather between runs.
Well, Celtic Times is probably the one that's going to be closest to War of Courage, so he's going to definitely go in for me because he's been so consistent on the place line. He's another horse he just can't get his head in front, and I thought it was a good run from Owner's Praise. Now, he has run second of a 59 rating. He's rated 57. His win came off 52. But the way he finished off strongly, he's got to go in as well. So Celtic Times and also Owner's Praise goes in for me.
Let's look at some replays, but the front end, the place to be in this one.
I think so. Just look, if it all maps out as I think it will be, I think War of Courage is going to take some running downs. He's on top to beat Owner's Praise. Celtic Times, a speedy chariot. He's the new kid on the block. He's coming to this race fresh, and he did look good in some of his races last season. 4, 6, 9 and 12.
Speedy Chariot, 2 trials to prepare for his first up assignment in race 6 on Sunday. And the feature race is race number 7. It's the running of the Luckfook Jewellery Cup over the 1,000 metres, class 2 at 10 minutes past 4 local. Kirpeny pacifiers off, blinkers on as he comes back onto the turf. Pinghai Galaxy last start winner carries an extra £6. WizKid 2 trials. Weya Hero 4-time course and distance winner. Astrologer first start for Manfred Mann. Dream winner has the cheek pieces on for the first time. And down the bottom, I'm a Single Man has had the blinkers re-added. The pace here, Paul, has Kirpeny leading. WizKid goes forward. Dream winner not too far away, but everybody across near the outside fence.
Yeah, it looks that way with the smallest field. I think everyone's going to get their opportunities. Pinghai Galaxy led easily on the turf, on the dirt last time, but doesn't really lead so much here on the turf. Invincible Sage will really enjoy this fast pace, I think.
Nick is back to interview the rider of last start winner Pinghai Galaxy. Once again, it's Alexi Bedell.
Alexi, Pinghai Galaxy, one of your rides on the weekend. For an older horse, he was a very willing partner last time.
Yes, he was great last time. That was a very good win. Thought his trial was very good on the dirt, and he basically proved it because he won quite convincingly.
He had a great bit of gate speed, didn't he, last time? He really sort of pinged the lids and put himself in a good spot, didn't he?
Yes, he's always been a very fast horse out of the gate. Great early speed. Could lead in Happy Valley as well. So, yeah, he's a very fast horse.
You and he are developing quite the record. I mean, he was able to win 3 races last season, so he's certainly showing no signs of slowing down, is he?
Well, he kept his form quite well, I think, and he moves well. He's a lovely horse, strong body type, so I'm hoping he can carry on this way.
What about him coming back to 1,000, Alexi, against some sort of, speedier types, some younger types as well? Would that be any sort of reservation in your mind, or is he quite adaptable as a horse?
I think he's got the ability to do well. He's a quality horse. It's more about having the race that suits him. He likes to run free. He likes to do his own pace. So if you can get him into a nice rhythm, I think he's going to run well.
There he is, Alexi Bedell, and the grey Pinghai Galaxy is going to have to try and beat Kirpeny, who runs 6th, Carroll Street 3rd, WizKid 5th. Pinghai Galaxy was in this race, and Weya Hero, he's been better so far, Paul, in lower grades. Weya Hero, in fact, he's got no form this race. Just saw Pinghai Galaxy getting a check coming off the back. Carroll Street, he ends up running 3rd in this race, which was his best performance at Happy Valley, but he is more than proven down the straight.
Yeah, this is his go, Carroll Street, down the straight. Kirpeny as well. I think he's better down the straight here, and he just sort of faded late. The thing that Kirpeny didn't like was he was... the witness horse there was taking him on the whole time. So now without him in the race, I think you'll see a better run from Kirpeny.
Finally, Invincible Sage lines up in this race too. He has been so very good in a short career, having had 5 starts, 2 wins, couple of placings. The wins have been back-to-back course and distance. Can it continue?
I think it can. He's only a 4-year-old too, Invincible Sage. He's matured really well this season. He's unbeaten. And just look at the way he was trucking up behind. That's Summit Cheers, who's come out and won since that he does beat in this race. And he just rounded the field up nicely and really stretched his neck out. He just wanted to win. So I think he can come here and win once again.
It's a good report for Invincible Sage. Hugh Bowman not too far off a return to the saddle, but with Hugh not riding him, Zach Purton jumps aboard.
Yeah, so Zach will be aboard. I think it's a really good ride for him, Invincible Sage. I think he can win the 7 to beat the 1, Kirpeny. Gets the £10 claim, so he's well rated. WizKid, we know he's really good down the straight, 1,000. He's run 2nd off this rating before. At Carroll Street as well, he's won off an 85, and he's close to that now as 86. 7-1-3-6.
It's a good field for the Cup race. Race number 7, Sha Tin Sunday. Race 8 of 10, and we look at the preview for this one, which is a Class 4 over the 1,600 metres. Holy Lakes won his last 2, extra £5, first time 1,600. Aestheticism last start winner carries an extra £4. Satirical Glory has the pacifiers off. Another wide draw for Lucky Eternity. Club Soda has the blinkers going on, as does E-Talent, as does Northern Beast. Little Fairy comes out of the Romantic Warrior trial, and Superb Move has placed 2 from 4 course and distance, gets in with a lightweight. Satirical Glory Paul has led up in 2 recent trials and he's won both of them.
Yeah, so he should go forward. Lucky Eternity can come across from his wide draw with him and they can set up the pace. Freefall might just be caught a little bit wide. Super Wise Dragon, I think he can get a really good run in this. Master Hero, another one who has led in the past but has taken a sit in his last few starts.
Holy Lake is our first replay and the blinkers have certainly worked wonders for him. He had no problems going up to the 1400 metres, winning his last 2 starts course and distance. Can he continue it on with more weight on his back and an extra 200 metres?
Bingbo Holy Roman Emperor, you think he would. You know, with the 16 will be ideal for him. The weight was probably, with the wide barrier draw, was more of a concern than the distance for me. Look, he's going in, but I'm not going to put him on top because I just wonder, is it a step too far with those 3 things against him? But in saying that, the 1600, as I say, the way he finishes off his races, he looks like 1600 will be fine.
All right, so just a little word of caution around Holy Lake. Certainly not on his form. Aestheticism gets the job done here. Paulie was unlucky a couple of starts ago. Superb move was good because he covered plenty of ground. Riders lost the cloth part of the cap, as you can see there, but he was always going to win one at short notice. Aestheticism, what about his chances to make it 2 in a row?
Yeah, another one that has to go in. Again, he has to carry the weight. He goes up to 132, but he's very consistent before this win. This was just a win waiting to happen here. Celtic Times on his inside will be racing earlier in the card, so we'll get a guide through him as well. But look, he won nicely here, and he's another horse in form. And he's drawn 8, but he gets back.
Our final replay, Super Wise Dragon ends up running 9th here. There he is in the yellow cap. Firstly, it was a shock when he went forward at the start because he'd been going back, and then he gets himself in all sorts of trouble just looking for a run. Not too far from the winning post, about 200 metres or so. So luckless run for him. His runs prior were good, but he got back those races.
He did. We'll see what happens with him now because he's there. You can see he gets buffeted from barrier 1. I think they'll be tempted to put him close again because he did run well close. I mean, you could see he just got shuffled back and the brakes didn't go his way. But once he got into the clear here, you can see him pick himself up nicely and finishing off really strongly between horses. So very unlucky horse.
Good draw, barrier number 1 for him this week. Enough to forgive and go again with Super Wise Dragon?
Yeah, I think it is from barrier number 1. He should get a lovely run. So we'll go with him. These other horses have to give him weight. Little Fairy coming back to Sha Tin. His only other run at Sha Tin was a good 5th. And then those 2 we talked about, the last start winners. 12, 13, 1 and 2.
There it is, race number 8 preview all done for the first leg of the late treble. Race number 9 now, and this is a Class 3 over the 1600 metres. Celestial Power, blinkers off, visor goes back on. He has his first start for Cody Moe. He's had 5 trials for Cody. Beautyverse wears a hood again. Speed Dragon has the blinkers going on. Master of Fortune a little unlucky last time. Karma raced over the 1650 at Happy Valley, so back in distance for his first try over the mile at Sha Tin. He fits in good form. Flying Mojitos never missed top 2 course and distance. Zoom Boom has the blinkers coming off. And Majestic Speed was Winston Spencer for Noel Mead, won over the 1600 at Leopardstown. And has just been fair, to put it nicely, in his trials. He does need to improve on what he's done prior to race day. Viva Hunter Paul, he's never raced over the mile at Sha Tin on the turf, but he's raced plenty over the 1650.
He has, hasn't he? And look, there's no real leader in this race. Flying Mojito goes forward. He's gone back and led twice in his career. So I think from a wide draw, they just might be positive with a slow pace here and try and get outside. Maybe Viva Hunter. Beauty Missile could even be another possible leader. Zoom Boom's up in trip as well. Murado's led in the pass. It's quite a messy map, this one.
We're going to start with a horse that you're very keen on. In fact, your best bet on the entire meeting is Karma, coming back to the bigger circuit. He didn't like these tighter bends at Happy Valley, and he still raced well.
Look at him. He was about 86 wide there around the bend, wasn't he? And he once he balanced up about now, he finished off really strongly. The horse that beat him, Chil Chibi, just wins him for fun. And it was a very, very good run here, I thought, for Karma. 1600 metres now coming to Sha Tin looks absolutely ideal for him. He's bred for longer. I think he's going to be tough to beat.
Right, won't go any further then.
Yeah, let's go.
What's in for second, third and fourth? Beauty Fitz racing really well. Can he continue to hold that form? And Master of Fortune fifth here, but strikes quite a bit of traffic in the straight.
Yeah, look, Beauty Fit's drawn wide, so he's just going to find it a little bit harder. Look, Speed Dragon didn't get the rub of the green here, and you could see him just having a bit of a argy-bargy with that horse on the inside there. Look, there and there twice, and he almost fell. So, look, forget that run for him. He gets the blinkers on for the first time. He's had 2 runs now here in Hong Kong, and he stayed on nice enough. He was still nowhere near the finish, and I think he's a really good chance. Master of Fortune was the one that he was having that little bargy with, and I think he's a chance as well.
So, an excuse that pair of them. Off to Chung Fa we go now, and Beauty Missile. He's won a trial by a nose, beating USS Constitution, who debuted at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. He has placed the trip, just 3 placings for 10 starts for Beauty Missile.
I think they'll be positive with him from barrier number 7. He didn't lead in this trial. I don't expect him to lead in this race either, but he can be nice and handy. He was pushed out a little bit in this trial. I thought up against the inside horse again was pushed out. So they both sort of went to the post together. Look, I'm happy to watch him though in this.
Karma's not going to bite you behind, but fill your pocket this week.
Hopefully there's no karma there, and he can come out and win after a second at his last start. So he's on top. Karma, Speed Dragon, he's in there for second. Master of Fortune, we saw them come out of the same race. I thought Flying Mojito will run a bit of a race. He's got a good course and distance record, and if he does go forward, he can put himself right in the frame. 6, 4, 5 and 9.
Vincent Ho and Casper Founds to combine with Karma to win race number 9. Race number 10 has a scratching and a new runner coming in. Ragnar is out. Amazing run Luke Ferraris rides on horse number 14 in the 10th. The last of Class 3 over the 1200 metres. Not usual start, £10 claim for Ellis Wong. Celestial Colours has his second start, ran 5th at his Hong Kong debut. Excellent Fighter, a tongue tie, goes back on. Nothing in the report for that disappointing performance by All Is Good at Happy Valley last time. Oriental Smoke, a full-time course and distance winner. Mugen won first up, carries an extra £8 for it. Module Constructions never missed top 3 but draws 14. Kaying Victories 2 for 2, first run out of Griffins. Wunderbar 2 for 2, first run over the 1200 metres. And then Montefruta, Master Stroke, an amazing run, all likely going to start at big odds in race number 10. Saquin showed pace on the all-weather last time, Paul. He did fade, but he's shown plenty of pace in the past too.
Yeah, interesting one, this one, because he likes to go forward. Now, Wunderbar's drawn 9, so I think rather than try and get caught wide, he might just have to try and push and get outside Saquin. Now, he has gone forward over 1,000, so the 1,200 should be okay. Kaying Victory is another one that's been right on the pace, over 1,000, but they've been in Griffin races. Not Usual Star's got the £10 claim with Alice Wong aboard and an inside draw, so he might push forward as well, which makes it a little bit tough for Excellent Fighter.
More from Paul shortly. He's 2 for 2, Wunderbar. James McDonald rides, and here he is with Nick.
James Wunderbar is a horse that you rode last. In fact, he was your first winner back for this stint. That was over 1,000 metres, and he's an unbeaten horse, and he looks pretty promising.
Yeah, he's very promising. He gave me a beautiful feel. He just feels like he's very untapped, and what he's done so far is just scratching the surface. He just feels like he's doing everything with plenty in hand. He's got a bit up his sleeve from what he's been doing, and albeit this is a big step up, being 6 furlongs for the first time and facing some very tough competitive horses. So, but he's got very, very good potential, and he's very well educated, and he's done everything good.
From a rider's perspective, James, I know we're only going up a furlong, and to some it might not seem like a great amount, but as a jockey, does he sort of give you the feel of a horse that will get that bit further? What is it that you can sort of see in him, perhaps, that would suggest he would get a bit further this trip and perhaps a bit more, perhaps?
Yeah, he's just very professional. He knows his job really well, and I just thought, I think 6 furlongs would probably only enhance his chances here today. I think he got a high cruising speed. He jumps. He puts himself in a prominent position and travels really kindly. So hopefully he executes really well in the step up in distance, and I'm sure it will suit him well.
I guess a bit of track craft needed from gate 9, but then he does look like he's developing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it would have been lovely to draw a little bit softer being the first time up and trip, but in saying that, he's very professional and very talented, so hopefully that will hold him in really good stead.
James, the dust has now settled. A week ago, obviously, we were gearing up for what was going to be a huge meeting, and it didn't let us down. Just looking back on it, I mean, we spoke at length after the race, but just a wonderful day to be a part of, and your fellow Romantic Warrior, well, he certainly brought everything to the party, didn't he?
Yeah, it was. He was phenomenal. It was like you said, a phenomenal day, and the whole day's racing was awesome. It was great to be a part of unbelievable atmosphere. So yeah, it was one of the best days of racing all around. Obviously, it's nice to get a winner on such a big stage, and especially a good one like that. It's such a prestigious race, being the Hong Kong Cup, and to go back to back was just really special. Something I'm really proud of the horse, and yeah, he's a superstar in my eyes.
In everyone's eyes too. Wonderful win by Romantic Warrior in the Cup last Sunday. Wunderbar Paul is going to have to beat horses like Mugen and Module Construction. Now we're going to roll this race from about the 600 metre mark. Mugen was first up. He's well back and he trialled well leading into the race. He's been back to the trials and trialled well. Module Construction is just such a consistent animal. Vincent Ho, Francis Loy from barrier number 14. We've seen that combination overcome it before.
Yeah, last week, didn't we? Look, he's very honest, Module Construction. If he does get some cover, I think he can run into it, no problems. Look, the race was run to suit for Mugen because they did run quite quickly in this one, and he finished off the over the top and did win well. So, look, of the three, I'm still going to stick with Module Construction because he's just so honest.
You saw the sectionals across the bottom of the screen, allowing Mugen to charge home at them late. Montefruta needs to improve on his first up run, but he will be fitter. Celestial Colours will too, and there wasn't much wrong with this in a strong field.
I thought it was it was a really good run here from Celestial Colours. Galaxy Patch, the winner of this race, just keeps winning as well. So he's come out of a strong form race. Look, he was still in front here with about 200 metres to go. He was just sort of faded late. This was his first run, so he was entitled to knock up a bit, but he still ran on nicely, well, stayed on nice, I should say, for fifth. The Airs come out and run well once again. So the first and second have come out and Quinella to race on the weekend. So I think it's a strong form race. He might be just at a bit of value with all these up-and-comers in the race.
And if his Australian form is anything to go by, he's won twice from two goes second up before arriving has Celestial Colours. Ka Ying Victory. He's been very good. Both wins have been in Griffin company. He strikes a very strong Class 3 to come out of Griffin's first up. He's obviously very smart though.
He is, isn't he? So yeah, straight into Class 3 from Griffin's. David Hall's got this horse going really well. He's got a good turn of foot as well. So I think he's capable of winning in Class 3. He's found a really tough race to start off with, though, in his career in this grade. So you'll get a really good gauge of him after this. If he comes out and wins nicely, then I can see horse going right through the grades.
He's been good at the trials to get ready for it, that is for sure. But you don't mind Celestial Colours at some value here.
Yeah, hopefully he pays a double-figure price because he's some nice up-and-coming horse. And it's a really good betting race, as race 10 normally is. So he's on top. Wunderbar looks really promising, as does Ka Ying Victory, and Module Construction's very honest. So 2, 11, 10 and 9.
It's a super race to finish the meeting at Sha Tin on Sunday afternoon. 10 races for Luck Fook Jewellery race day. The turf races are on the B course, couple on the all-weather. The first race, the gates crash back at 1 o'clock.